Across decades of horror, we have seen monsters of every kind. Killers who stalk from the shadows, demons that possess the innocent, and creatures that defy the laws of nature. But which of them is the deadliest? Which horror movie monster would you never want to face in real life? Today we're ranking 25 of the most iconic horror monsters, from the weakest to the strongest. Some you might think are overrated, others might surprise you, and trust me, you want to stick around until number 1. Because the ultimate monster isn't just unstoppable, it feeds on your fear. Chucky may be small, but he's incredibly cunning and relentless. He specializes in one-on-one kills, often using his size to sneak into places you'd never expect. While he can be stopped more easily than bigger monsters, underestimate him at your own risk. He's clever, vicious, and knows how to terrorize.
You have your mother's eyes, and they were always too fucking close together!
Leatherface is pure chaotic brutality. Armed with a chainsaw and driven by instinct, he is terrifying to face up close. Yet, despite his strength, he's still human. Which means mistakes can be exploited. But if you hear that chainsaw revving in the distance, your odds of survival will plummet. Ghostface thrives on fear, misdirection and surprise attacks. Unlike supernatural monsters, he is mortal. But what he lacks in powers, he makes up for with cleverness and stalking ability. If you're alert and cautious, you can survive. But anyone caught off guard will definitely regret it.
No! You should have seen the look on your face, rookie.
The demon Pazuzu only possesses one target at a time, but its psychological torment is extreme. Once it attaches to someone, it can manipulate their body, mind and surroundings to terrifying effect. A direct confrontation without an expert is almost always fatal. Sam is bound by Halloween traditions, punishing anyone who breaks the rules. Though he's small, he's incredibly lethal when provoked, and he thrives on cleverness and timing. His power may be limited to a single night, but if you cross him, there's no escaping his wrath. The Creeper is a seasonal predator with a terrifying combination of strength, speed and intelligence, often targeting humans over a 23-day period every 23 years. Its regenerative abilities make it extremely difficult to kill, and it always seems to anticipate your moves. Candyman is summoned by name, and his hook hand delivers brutal, efficient kills. He thrives on fear and legend, which gives him an almost supernatural influence. However, he can be challenged with clever planning and courage. But one misstep and he'll get you before you even realize it.
We have a bargain.
Kayako is a relentless spirit tied to the site of her death. She haunts, stalks and kills anyone who enters her domain, often moving in ways that defy reality. Her power is bound to her location, but inside it she's unstoppable. One wrong step can be your last. The Babadook is a psychological terror. It grows stronger as fear takes hold, exploiting your deepest anxieties. Physically limited, yes, but mentally it can ruin lives. Once it latches onto someone's mind, survival becomes almost impossible without confronting your own fears. Pennywise is far more than just a clown. He preys on fear, shapeshifts into your worst nightmares, and can manipulate reality to torment his victims. Physically, he's not invincible, but he doesn't need to be. Children and the fearful are powerless against his cunning and malevolence. Freddy Krueger is the ultimate predator in dreams. He can appear wherever you sleep, turning your subconscious against you. While powerless in the real world, the moment you fall asleep, he becomes unstoppable. Escaping him requires constant vigilance or nightmare strategy.
Hey Dylan, ever played Skin the Cat?
Regan's possession transforms her into a force of chaotic violence. Supernatural strength, contorted movements, and unpredictability make her extremely dangerous. Facing her alone is almost certain death without the aid of experienced exorcists or spiritual intervention.
What is it?
Valak is not just a haunting presence, it can manipulate the environment, terrorize multiple victims simultaneously, and induce extreme fear. Appearing as the Nun may seem deceptively calm, but underestimating it can be fatal. Its power is immense and it's relentless. The Thing is a master of deception. It can perfectly imitate any living being, infecting and killing without detection. Highly intelligent and methodical, it turns paranoia into a weapon. Survival depends on your ability to detect and isolate it. Any mistake can be fatal.
Clear!
Clear.
Samara's lethality is slow but inevitable. Once her cursed tape is watched, death is guaranteed within 7 days. She can move through electronics, affecting anyone who comes into contact. Her influence spreads beyond physical limitations, making her a terrifying, unstoppable threat. Xenomorphs are the perfect predators. Fast, intelligent, adaptive and lethal. They can navigate almost any environment, hunt in darkness and kill with terrifying efficiency. Once one is loose, it's nearly impossible to contain without extreme force. Jason is virtually indestructible. He has survived decapitations, explosions and everything in between. If you cross him, there's no escaping. He's the embodiment of unstoppable vengeance. Silent, methodical and unkillable. Michael Myers is pure horror. He doesn't tire, he doesn't hesitate, and doesn't need a reason. He simply hunts. The terror he inspires is as much psychological as it is physical, and he's nearly impossible to stop once he starts. When mother and son work together, their powers amplify. They can haunt multiple locations, move in impossible ways, and strike fear into anyone who enters their domain. Combined, their supernatural terror is relentless and nearly inescapable. Jack becomes the force of madness inside the haunted hotel. Possessed by supernatural influence, he is relentless and extremely dangerous to anyone trapped inside. While confined to the building, within those walls, he's simply unstoppable.
What happened? Honey.
These entities can cross dimensions, possess people, and manipulate reality itself. Strategic, patient, and terrifyingly intelligent, survival is slim if targeted. They don't just kill, they torment, often long before their victims realize it. Masters of pain and torture. The Cenobites are sadistic, nearly immortal, and operate on a different plane of reality. Any encounter is lethal and they cannot be reasoned with. Following their rules may spare your life, but one misstep and the consequences are eternal.
But let them play. Our game will come later.
A massive destructive beast capable of leveling entire city blocks. Fast, strong, and seemingly unstoppable, it is a nightmare in urban environments. Conventional weapons are barely effective, and survival requires extreme planning and luck. Methodical, relentless, and intelligent. These entities track their victims relentlessly. Invisible to most, they strike when you least expect it. Evading them is nearly impossible, and fear only makes them stronger. Pennywise is the ultimate horror monster. He's as psychological as he is physical. Even the bravest survivors are vulnerable. In his world, no one is truly safe, truly unbeatable. Let me know if you agree with my rankings. Who do you think would survive a night with these monsters? And who do you think I ranked too low? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I would love to hear your survival strategies. And if you enjoyed this countdown, be sure to hit the subscribe button, because there are plenty more horror rankings, monster battles, and terrifying deep dives coming soon. Stay spooky.